And that includes areas near
Melbourne. It's closed from south of Lawn to near Anglesey. Around the state, at least 150 homes have been destroyed, many in the Dandenongs. At Belgrave Heights, several homes were burnt out and hundreds of people were evacuated there, and at Selby. More fires are raging on a number of fronts in the Dandenongs. Our first report from Shane Mooney.
The Belgrave Heights fire broke out at 3:30 this afternoon in the heavily timbered dry terrain. With temperatures in the scorching 40s, the blaze moved quickly, taking everything in its path. Reports at the moment remain confused, but I've been told that as many as 30 houses have been destroyed in one street alone. At one stage, the fire was moving on a 7 to 8 kilometre front, moving rapidly down gullies towards the Princes Highway. All along Wellington Road, the scene is the same. At police intersection, people wait anxiously for news of their properties and their loved ones.
We don't know whether our son is barbecued or whether our house is still standing.
I just stayed there to sort of helpless, feeling to see if I could do something, and couldn't do anything.
And there was just a few small fires still going, and I thought, we've got it beat. And all of a sudden, my roof went up, and there wasn't flames within 100 yards of the house.
We are now at a police roadblock on Wellington Road in Listerfield. Already, according to firemen, dozens of houses in the valley directly behind me have been destroyed by fire. In an attempt to put out the fierce blaze, all available men and machine is being used in the area to combat the fire. Firemen are being hampered in their efforts to control the fire because of problems getting water into the area. Tankers of all descriptions are being used, including cement mixers. Property owners unable to save their homes switch their attention to saving their livestock.
I haven't seen my husband yet. He didn't come home from work. I told already to leave. It was 4 o'clock. So I don't know where he is.
The fire must have moved along very quickly.
Very quick. In about 10 minutes time. It was just everywhere ablaze.
The fires in the Dandenongs are getting worse by the hour. Tom Warland reports that several towns are now being evacuated.
Homes were still erupting in flames across the Dandenongs late this evening as the fire continued to burn out of control on a wide front, stretching across Upper Beaconsfield, Harkaway, Berwick and Powelltown. At 8 o'clock, a major spot fire erupted in timber at Emerald and raced towards open farmland. Firemen have been rushed in a desperate bid to save homes in the path of the flames. The fire, burning between Emerald and Cockatoo, has forced the evacuation of residents. A short time ago, the town of Selby was evacuated. The situation in the area now is considered critical. Several spot fires have broken out near Warburton and at Launching Place, and firemen, their resources already stretched to the limit, are moving in. From the National 9 News helicopter, Tom Warland reporting.
A report just in says the beach resort of Anglesey is threatened by a ring of fires burning on an 8-kilometre front. The whole town has been evacuated and firefighters are now making a last-ditch effort to save the popular resort. Another report says the town of Macedon and the mountain village at Borbor have been evacuated as fires spreading from the Trentham area bear down on them. While bushfires are ravaging Victoria, many Melbourne residents this evening feared the fires were creeping closer as thick smoke, cinders and dust enveloped the city. Claudia Emery with the details.
With temperatures into the 40s today, there was an ominous and eerie look to the city as dark clouds rolled over. In the blanket were hundreds of tons of dust from drought areas and smoke and ash from the fierce bushfires blazing across the state. All 3 city airports were closed tonight as the choking dust and smoke descended on the city. Air traffic control said visibility was down to 100 metres. But as the cool change moved in just after 8:30 this evening, wind gusts of up to 48 knots were felt in Melbourne, bringing with them even more smoke and dust from bushfire areas. The temperature in the city dropped from 41 to 28 in just over half an hour. Kevin Arnett will have all the weather details later in the bulletin. Claudia Emery, National 9 News.
And at the Country Fire Authority headquarters in Melbourne tonight, staff are working flat out, directing men and equipment to the 4 major fires in Victoria. The pressure built up early this afternoon and continued to increase as the number of fire reports climbed to 80. Anne-Marie Sparkman has just returned from the CFA control room.
The 60 telephone lines at the CFA headquarters have been jammed with calls this afternoon as thousands of anxious inquiries have flooded into the office. 20 staff members are now manning the central headquarters, which is coordinating the massive firefighting effort, relaying information to command posts at the fire lines. Right now, over 500 tankers and over 2,500 men are committed to the 4 major blazes, including the real trouble spots in the Dandenongs and along the Bellarine Peninsula. It's going to be a long night here at the CFA headquarters with the 4 major fires still burning. Authorities here say that things are only going to get worse.
We were forecasting right from August, September of the drought conditions that were starting to show themselves, and as the droughts got worse, so the fire situations got worse. Until now, it's got to be the worst in the history of the authority, which is since 1944, and it's not finished yet.
Now to Adelaide, where 18 people have died in bushfires. Damage is estimated at more than $150 million, and the state government has declared a state of emergency. At least 100 homes near Adelaide have been destroyed, and the fires are the worst in that state's history. Stock losses are said to be massive.
This is how the area near Eagle on the Hill looked as fierce northerly winds whipped flames through the fatally dry undergrowth. And scenes like this have been repeated at all outbreaks. To give you some idea of just how widespread the devastation has been, fires have been burning out of control in the Clare Valley, near Mount Osman, in the Anstey's Hill, Gamaraka, Lobethal districts, at Bridgewater and Harndorf, in the Southern Vales at McLaren Flat and Kaipo Forest, and in the southeast at Lucendale, 8 Mile Creek and Mount Gambier. The fire in the Mount Osman area started at about lunchtime and it tore through the undergrowth like it was possessed. One of the people caught in the fire was Radio 5DN reporter Murray Nicol. Listen to his voice as the flames tear towards him with relentless ferocity.
We are in major strife. We are crouching down behind a farmhouse. There are children. They're spraying us with water. The sky is red and then white. It's going crazy. The fire's jumped 100 feet high, 150 feet high, straight over the top of Green Hill Road. There are something like 120 houses at risk up here. I don't know how many have gone. We are in deep trouble. We don't know, we can't see any houses. The Green Hill Road's just wiped out.
Murray was lucky, but a number of people died in the Adelaide Hills. Some were trapped in cars. The fire tore through the Eagle on the Hill, destroying the hotel and 2 service stations. At least 50 homes in the area exploded into flames. One of them belonged to Murray Nicol, and here he files an emotional report as he watches his home engulfed in flames.
Neil, at the moment, I'm watching my house burn down. I'm sitting out on the road in front of my own house where I've lived for 13 or 14 years, and it's going down in front of me. The roof is falling in. It's in flames, and there's nothing I can do about it. Absolutely nothing. There's been a fire unit here from Summertown pumping water till we ran out, and the flames are in the roof, and God damn it, it's just beyond belief. My own house, and everything around it's black. There are fires burning all around me, and the front section of my house is blazing. The roof has fallen in. My water tanks are useless. There is absolutely nothing I can do about it.
Hundreds of people have been left homeless and arrangements are being made for emergency shelter, food and clothing. Conditions for firefighters have been appalling. The strong winds have made a mockery of fire breaks. Flames have leapfrogged hundreds of metres and leapt up to 25 metres high. At times, firefighting was impossible. At best, they managed to barely break even. More than 6,000 firefighters are at war with the flames and 500 Defence Force personnel have been called in. But despite the manpower, the fire was winning. The Harndorf Hotel has been evacuated. The towns of Bridgewater, Skye, McLaren Flat and Meadows have been evacuated. Phone exchanges have been put out of action. The entire Clare Valley has been